drop it. Maybe use it because I don't know. Throw it away. Because like I do have it. I don't want it to, I want to have as much RP enabled today for like as possible. But like maybe that also enables RP. Do you know what I mean? But it might make it almost like too easy. Like if she just goes, hey, what's up? I'm kidnapped here. And you need to, yeah. So, or like maybe keep it a secret. Maybe, okay, you know what? I'm gonna hold on to it. Let's turn it off for now. Yeah. I have it. Let's just say I have it. Could use it if comes up. Maybe later. Sneaky use it. Yeah. He did not search me. Yeah, no. Okay, so let's do a little recap before we get into it. Pretty much what happened is what the heck happened? April's brother March came to town about a month and a half ago, and they got along great. He's a crazy content creator following in the shadow of April. At first she was like very annoyed because he did a horrible prank on her, but he warmed up to her and she started like remembering all the good memories they had together. They even went to therapy together. They got really close by the end of the day. Then was it the next day that March took drugs with the same day, I think, was it the same day that Lucas, how did March end up in the ICU? Was it the syringe? Okay, somehow March ended up in the ICU for an unknown amount of time. Basically, we didn't know when March was gonna wake up next. Yesterday, we're in the city and we find out, we get a call from a doctor and the doctor says, hey, your brother is flatlining, you need to come to the hospital now. Oh, Big Toe, thank you. Okay, so then Big Toe, there's a prank that we put on Big Toe, or no, on who was it for Big Toe, right? And then he got shot in the process of all that and he ended up in the ICU, right? Yesterday, it had been about a month and a little bit over a month that March had been in the ICU. We get a call from the doctor. The doctor says, hey, you need to come here right now. Your brother's like flatlining. So we went over to the hospital. The mayor's there. A few other people are there. And March dies. And then we find out, no, he doesn't actually die. It's a prank. He's playing another prank. So then I'm like, March, let's go. Let's leave. So we end up leaving the hospital and he's acting super weird, super different. He's like, by the way, geniusly played by Byrne. At first, I was like, what? I just didn't know what was going on. I'm like, dude, he's acting hella weird. And he was doing incest RP. He's like, kiss me. Isn't that what relatives do after not seeing each other for a long time? And I asked him, like, what do you know about me, your sister? Because I was starting to question, like, why is he acting weird? So I'm like, tell me what you know about me. Did you forget memories? What happened? He's like, I know that you're my sister and that you're very attractive. And it started freaking weird. I didn't know what was going on. Then he says, hey, I need to take you to a house, or I'm going to take you to another place for another prank. And I'm very, like, skeptical, or April's very skeptical going there in the car, blah, 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 blah. We get to said place and it's like a sketchy looking apartment. And so we go up to the door and he's like, I got you a house. And she's like, oh my God, that's awesome. And he's like, well, I can't get in. I don't have a phone. So April gives him her phone to unlock the door. Obviously, it's very sketch, whatever. Okay, we walk in and he puts her in this cage and reveals himself to not be March anymore, but he is Joe Goldberg, who prior to March coming into the city, there was an episode, where Joe crashed into, this creepy guy named Joe crashed into April's LFA intentionally and was essentially stalking her. It was a very short arc. He kind of just vanished. And a lot of you guys know that there's a whole arc with Ray and stuff, and CG had to rescue her and whatnot. But April doesn't know about that stuff, I don't think. I know about it, OOC, but April doesn't. And then, so there was a plot twist, essentially, is that Joe Goldberg, this whole time, he found himself in the hospital at the same time March was in the hospital. comes up with a plan that he can like pretend to be April's brother to get closer to April. So he pretends to be, and then that's why he was acting weird. Because anyway, so April is officially in this cage. Joe Goldberg has requested of her that, what is it? Oh yeah, now we're on a serial killer arc. He says that, what did he say? He said, oh, he has March, basically. He kidnapped March. He has March somewhere, and in order to save him, April has to kill people with him. Something like that, right? Something like that? Kill people in exchange for her brother's life. And April is here sitting. And, no, I did not read The Great Gatsby or Fitzgerald or any of this stuff. I wish I could watch this story and someone else play April because it's such a sick story. I don't know if I can do any type of justice to this. It's so sick, though. I'm not an actress, but you know what? We'll go along with whatever Burn has in store. You missed one stream. It was very eventful stream. So it's pretty easy concept to understand, though. April's kidnapped by Joe. Joe is pretending to be her brother. She knows about it. The plan is that in order to save her real brother, she has to go around with him pretending to be his fake, or pretending that they're like brother, sister, killing people. She's confused right now. She's, in April's mind, she values, obviously she wants to save March. That's her brother. But she doesn't know who she's going to be requested to kill. She doesn't know how. She still has a lot of things going on for her in the city, right? She has a business that she needs to start. She has her best friends. Nobody knows where she is right now. Yeah. She doesn't know. If he makes you kill France or Lucas. Yeah, see, April would never be able to live with that. So these are decisions that I haven't actually thought about. That's intense. Monka. Right? Is there someone April wouldn't kill? April does not want to kill any of her best friends, any of Chain Gang. Especially not that would be, yeah. I don't know. How does April know that March is still alive? He told her. So she doesn't know, right? But Joe Goldberg told April, like, I have your brother. And if you want your brother to stay alive, you have to do this. Like, do you care about your brother, essentially? I will kill your brother if you don't kill for me. So that's kind of the recap. Why does April believe him? She doesn't really have a choice to believe him. It's kind of like she's hanging on to the hope that March is alive. Here's the thing. I'm just going to RP it out, but like, obviously he can't show me March because he plays March. Burn can't whip out March and be like, hey, here's proof that he's alive because he is March. So I'm not going to force him to pull out March and show me. So we're going to choose that we believe him. I mean, knowing Burn, he's got some way, you know, some way of doing it. Is there a way? I don't know. Just for you, Arc. April will do everything she can to not have to kill anyone that she like cares about. Obviously, my guess is that Burn will want to force her hand on killing someone that she cares about, right? Versus like a local. So, she's trying to negotiate her way out of that, or find a way to like, yeah. And it's a little bit tricky, because a lot of this depends, like Burn and I were talking a bit about it last night, and he was just saying, yeah, I mean, this kind of just depends on who's around as well. So, you know, obviously if you're scripting a movie or you're doing any of that kind of stuff, you can ask people to be on set for something, or like, hey, this is the scene that needs to happen. With RP, it's a lot of, you know, go with the flow and make the best of the situation. And sometimes a wrench is going to come in and ruin what you had planned, and we just go with it. And sometimes it's triggering. Like, I got upset yesterday because a wrench technically came in and like in my mind like ruined what I wanted. So I have like not too many expectations. I'm just gonna just say, hey, this is the story. We go with what it is. You know, hopefully there's a nice arc to the story. It doesn't get cucked really quickly. Yeah, you know, Burn put a lot of time into like that video, so I would like for something to come of it. Yeah, we don't know. Yeah, April knows what she knows. Pretty much, she just, yeah, bad situation. I know, on her business arc too. Monka. Did you ever actually watch a show you? I've watched like 4 episodes of the first season. 5? Enough to understand who Joe Goldberg is. He's like very charming and stuff, but he's like a serial killer. Or he's a creepy dude. He's obsessed with people. Girl, Beck. April looks so sad right now. Oh, she's sad. This one's more dramatic. Look at this. Okay, hopefully mic and everything is working. Volume's good.